Okay, I am super excited to start this class tonight because there's a lot going on in the world right now. And as parents, we need to be equipped and empowered as much as possible to be able to take care of our families from home, whether there is a pandemic, epidemic, state crisis, whatever news outlet you're watching and what they're calling it. Um, whether that's going on or it's just normal flu season or even throughout the summer, this is stuff that we should be implementing and putting into our homes and making sure we are totally stocked up on. So my family and I are totally okay if we go under quarantine like Italy and some of these other places have been, because our house is always stocked with nice, clean, healthy cleaning supplies, all of our supplements and healthy foods all of the time. So what I'm going to teach you tonight is what we've learned over the years of trying to boost our immune systems. I used to be sick all of the time. I have a severely immune compromised child who we have had to work really, really hard to be able to get her to where she is today. But even if you don't have an immune compromised child, these are things your kids can be doing on the daily to make sure they stay in school, they stay healthy, and when their bodies are exposed to something, their immune system is kicked up and ready to stay fighting strong. So these are things that we've learned to implement, and all of us do every single day. We've kind of kicked it up this last week just because there is massive, not even just the coronavirus, there is massive gross things going on, passed around all of the schools and everywhere right now. So this is all stuff that we have made sure stays in our remedies day to day, and we are 100% stocked up on. So we are going to be talking about some supplements, some oils, and some other physical factors tonight that actually play a massive role in our children's well-being. So there's two parts I always like to start with. One is stress. So I actually just posted a video one of my friends who's a doctor just did this afternoon on what stressing out and freaking out about this coronavirus or any other life event actually does to your immune system, and it actually suppresses it. So when we are stressed out, we are actually making ourselves more susceptible to catch viruses and colds and flus and anything else that comes around. So for our children, they don't always know how to express to us that they are stressed out, right? The older they get, and maybe the more that you train them to be able to express their emotions, they'll eventually be able to tell you. But most kids show stress by either shutting down, right? It depends on their personality type. Shutting down, being explosive, acting out, those kinds of things are stress related to children. And we, as parents, have to kind of keep an eye out for it. Like today, I don't know what's going on. Actually, it's been all week. My kids are like going at it. They're just crazy. So I know that their supplements need to be upped, and I'm going to put stuff in our diffuser to make sure that our house is calming down, get everyone calmed down, resting, and just create this balanced atmosphere where they actually want to be around each other, and we want to live in the same house at the moment, because there are some times that their siblings, one of them's having a meltdown, the other one likes to pick on the other one, right? We all know how it goes. We implement oils into this, and we'll cover some of those sleepy relaxation ones in the end, because they really do play a massive part in our immune system. And the next thing is, oops, why is my screen going? Is what we put on our bodies. So a lot of people who are already in this lifestyle really focus on the food that we eat, right? Well, we're intaking into our body, make sure it's clean and it's healthy and it's nutritious. But a lot of people, including us, I had no idea like that this was a thing up until about 9 years ago. Our skin is our largest organ, and what we do put on it really, really does matter. The ingredients of your lotions and your soaps should be so clean you are willing to eat them. Some of them are not edible, but you get my point. Like, you should be able to consume 90% of what's in the product. Some soaps and stuff like that, obviously you shouldn't consume. But the ingredient shouldn't be this gigantic long list of all of this synthetic stuff and these endocrine disruptors and stuff that causes cancer are in all of these products. So making sure, again, everything I'm going to say tonight applies to us as an adult, but a lot of us parents right now are kind of like, what do I do? That's all I see right now is, I'm a mom, I have kids, I'm scared, I have no idea what to do to protect them. This is what I'm giving you. I'm giving you step by step of what we have learned over the last 8 years on how to boost our immune system, our health, and to make sure that our kids are thriving even when they were not supposed to. Neither one of our children have a good track record for their health. One was supposed to never amount to anything. She has severe brain damage, and now she's a perfectly normal little child, and the other one is severely immune compromised with some other massive injuries. But we do all of these things and they are thriving. So making sure that these toxins are not in your home is a huge part of making sure your immune in your body is functioning properly, because 60% of what we put on our skin actually ends up in our bloodstream. So if it's something toxic or something that makes your body go out of balance, a lot of them are what we call an endocrine disruptor. Our endocrine system functions a portion of like everything in our body, from our hormones to our sleep to our weight. A lot of hormone issues happen in kids really, really young now. Puberty is setting, it's either going one way or the other. Puberty onset is becoming younger and younger and younger, where a lot of children are having to get growth supplements and stuff like that because they have literally just stopped growing. And all of these things are an endocrine problem. So making sure your children are not exposed to this stuff. We can't control what happens outside of our house. We can control what we bring into our home and what we put on our children. So make sure these products are clean. I do an entire class. If you are interested in that, just message me, because I do an entire class on detoxing your house, what ingredients to look out for, what you really need to start removing, and how to easily start replacing them. So just know what goes on your skin matters, because as a mama, when we're pregnant, it also matters in that aspect too, because it is now proven by the CDC that a baby, newborn baby, is born with over 200 high volume synthetic chemicals flowing through their bloodstream. And it is all because they are exposed in utero. This is kind of how I got into this lifestyle, is because when I went to the OB when I was pregnant with my oldest, and he gave me this giant list of stuff I can't do, I can't eat, I can't this, da 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 da. I was like, what do you mean? Why? They're just not good for you. I started researching and I was like, oh my gosh, they're not just not good for baby right now, they are not good for us ever. So that kind of shifted us into starting to look to what ingredients are and how to start getting them out of our house. So when we are pregnant, we have to be super mindful of what we are putting in and on our body at all times, because it goes straight to the fetus. So we want to make sure that we are as clean as possible, so our babies are born without all of these chemicals in their body already, because as I just mentioned a second ago, just a few of the ailments that can happen are literally setting them up for failure from the beginning. And we as parents know, we see if your child is not one of them, praise God for that. But so many children are sick, immune compromised, ear infections, all of this stuff all of the time. So we have to make sure we are controlling what comes into our home and goes on to our children, because there's something called the chemical cocktail. The way the FDA makes sure that the ingredients in these products, they don't regulate none of it. They actually have a law protecting the corporations that don't have to prove to us that what's in these products is actually okay for us to be using. It protects them, not us. And a little bit of what the FDA does is make sure, okay, this one synthetic ingredient is super harmful, but only at this mass scale So it is okay to put this percentage inside of this bottle. But what they are not taking into account is that this stuff is in every single product most people use. If you're buying stuff from the grocery store, your body and your house is full of this stuff, including your children. Johnson & Johnson is one of the worst companies for baby products you can buy on the market right now, because all of these ingredients are coming from the soap, the lotion, the toothpaste, the cleaners on your kids' clothes, and your laundry detergent, and it's building up inside of your body, making what we call this chemical cocktail. And it is just kind of sitting there building on top of itself, because our body cannot process all of this out. When we have this much toxins exposed to us on the daily, our liver is in constant high drive trying to get all of this stuff processed out, but it can't do it all. A lot of it gets stuck. A lot of it gets stuck in your brain, and a lot of it gets stuck in your organs because it likes fatty tissue, and it just is where it settles. So a lot of people get issues from that. So we have to really take into account that one little bit that might be in that bottle, combined with this one over here and this one over here and this one over here, might be creating this cocktail of interaction inside of your body that is just not conducive for a healthy environment. And you can imagine what that's doing to your immune system in the process. So just make sure there is, I'm drinking this now. What are you drinking? Oh, the chemical cocktail. All right, Kathy chatted and she makes me laugh. Hopefully you're not drinking a chemical cocktail. But this cocktail is what's going on inside of so many bodies. That's why so many people, children, adults, their body just all of a sudden freaks out. All of a sudden, overnight, someone just comes and says, I was fine yesterday. But your body's gradually telling you these little symptoms along the way we have to listen to, because this chemical cocktail is filling up your cup, and once it hits the top, it's going to overflow and it's going to start presenting all of these symptoms like random rashes and severe eczema and cancer for a lot of people. So just make sure we are cleansing our bodies and not putting this stuff in them. Because bioaccumulation happens. It's kind of what I just covered. I didn't change the slide. Bioaccumulation is all of this stuff creating body burden inside of you. It has to be detoxified out. There are many different ways to do that. And if you don't know how, let's have a conversation, because I can show you how to start ridding yourself of that stuff inside of your body. Number one way right now is start drinking lemon water. We choose lemon essential oil water because it doesn't ruin your teeth, but lemon will start flushing those toxins out of your body. So a couple things we're talking about tonight. I'm talking a little more on the scope of everything, but the products we are talking about tonight are from Young Living because it's a company that I trust. Their products are by far the best I have found in the 9 years I've done researching, trying to find companies with clean, healthy products. I've been through many. I've been through most of the big brands out there, and they do not have the quality control or actually put what is in their product, what they say is in their product. So Young Living just makes sure everything is cultivated perfectly. There are no pesticides, no chemicals. They literally test to make sure there is no residue of any kind in any of their products, not just their essential oils. And I trust that it is clean because I know that they are doing all of this testing to make sure we are getting the best, highest quality product on the market. Okay, so we are going to talk a little bit about essential oils, because essential oils play a massive role in boosting your immune system, and they can help with everything from the congestion in your chest from a virus actually starting to attack, whether you have a headache, whether you have a stomach ache, you're super stressed, like I was talking in the beginning, there's oils for all of these things. Some of you may not know what an essential oil is, and that's totally okay. I had no idea what they are up until 5 years ago. But they're basically just this beautiful plant-derived goodness. So we take a whole bunch of different kinds of plants, and it depends on the different plant on how it gets distilled. Some you distill the entire plant, some it's just the leaves, some it's just the flowers, but we process it down and it gets distilled, which means it's using water evaporation to separate the particles and create this essential oil. It's basically pulling out all of the beautiful constituents that have healing in our properties to heal our body. And we call it kind of this a lock and key system, because when plants were created, whether you believe it was God or the universe, whoever, they were created perfectly, and they were created for us to use to heal our bodies. And I had a doctor explain this to us last month when I went to the seminar, that plants in our human endocrine system literally are lock and key to each other. They fit together perfectly. That's why they are so powerful in healing our body and keeping us healthy. So we extract these oils and we use them in different ways. So we can put them on our body. Oh, I gotta go over that. We can put them in the diffuser. Young Living's, some of them you can ingest. If the plant is ingestible, you can ingest essential oil. You can put them on your body. Not all essential oils are created equal. So when I'm talking tonight, know your brand if you have something else at home and you try to go use it, because it might not be able to be taken internally or go on your body. So I am just a mama. I have to say this to protect myself and my Young Living as I'm talking about some of their products, but I am just a mom who has learned and empowered her family, herself over these last 8 years. And I teach these classes not to heal you, cure you, diagnose you, but to purely give you the resources that we have found over the years so you and your family can find the same kind of well-being that we have. So when we're talking essential oils, there are 3 ways to use it. And this is 3 ways we use every single day to boost our immune system. When we go out in public, we make sure we have some on our feet and we have some on our chest. And when we come into contact with these things, they are there, they are fighting. But we also make sure every single night and all throughout the day, stuff is going that relaxes our body and keeps us kind of at this mellow, not so stressed level, because again, that's not good for your immune system to be super stressed. But there's also oils that we're diffusing, especially this time of year, nonstop, that are giving our immune system just this extra power of kick. And I'll go over specific oils for things here in a little bit. We also take them internally. Fixing your gut is also a massive part of making sure your immune system is intact. 90% of your immune system sits in your gut. So we take some essential oils every day to help balance our digestive system. I have had massive issues, and that's one of my immune compromised daughters' severe issues is gut stuff. So we like to take them to help heal our gut. We like to take them, we use these a lot in the morning in our oatmeal and stuff, in our food and wolfberries and stuff like that, to make sure when we are consuming these nutrients that they are also boosting and kicking in our immune system. So when I'm talking oils, I always give these quick tips, because if you've ever been around essential oils, and we're going to talk about a lot more than essential oils, I'm just starting with them. Always dilute, because some essential oils are hot, especially a lot of the ones that boost your immune system, like the peppermint, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, lemon. For a lot of people, they're too strong for their skin. So mixing it with some kind of carrier oil like jojoba or coconut oil is the best way to go, and especially when you're using them on children. So children are obviously little humans. Their bodies are smaller, they absorb more than we do. So when we are using essential oils on children, we have to always be diluting them. Based on their age and their sensitivity is kind of the ratio. It's better to start smaller, make it more diluted, and then add more in as you know how your child's body needs it. All of us are different in our house. Even my husband, he's super sensitive topically, so his are much more diluted than mine. And one of our children needs things much more concentrated than the other one for it to have an effect on her body. So diluting is just a great way to make sure your family is staying safe and you're using them appropriate. So if you do happen to get them in some way that does not feel awesome, which is your eyes and your private parts, don't use water. Water intensifies it. Flush it out with some kind of carrier oil. You could just put olive oil or something. Some people use milk. We don't have that kind of stuff in our house, but if you have breast milk, even better, squirt that in in their eye, let kind of rest and flush it out. So what is a carrier oil? For children, I love to use jojoba, even for myself. So when we are starting to dilute our oils, putting them on their feet is the easiest way to get them into their little bodies, because children are always moving, they're always hyper, they're always go, 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 go. So sometimes sitting and trying to apply to their chest and then to their belly and then wherever else they need it, they don't want to sit still that long. So we have VitaFlex points on our feet and on our hands too, but on kids, we don't want to apply them to our hands because they like to touch their face a lot. But you can just make roller balls that are diluted with these carrier oils that jojoba I was talking about. And I should have brought one down here. I'm hiding from my kids right now, so all my stuff is upstairs. They're home with daddy, having dinner and playing cards. But roller balls, you can buy them in a good chart if you need it as a base to where to start per age. If you really want to just use your intuition, I love to tell moms to do that. You know your kids and your body and yourselves better than anybody on the planet. So using your intuition is a really great way to take care of you and your family. But as you can see, something correlates to every point. Like if they have a head cold, like you can hear, I'm starting all of a sudden today. There's no snot in my nose, but my sinuses are congested. So I could put that on my head part of my foot, or their digestive tract, or just overall calming. Just roll it on their little tiny feet, wait 30 seconds and let them go on their way. Oops. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some specifics. I'm not going to go over all this. This is my full out kids class tonight. I just want to focus on what we can really do to support our immune systems, to be empowered right now in this chaos, to make sure our families are taken care of, that we have all of the things we need to take care of our families. If we do get quarantined or if we do get exposed to something, we are ready to go. So it says for kids with noses. These are the things I would be using right now for myself as well, for what's going on in my face. There's so many good essential oils. There are a few cautions we give to parents with kids under 3. It is purely up to mom what you do with you and your family, but we like to be on the safe side and caution you, because there have been some tests in some children who have shown some side effects in their lungs to certain essential oils being applied to them or breathed in under the age of 3. It was a very small percentage, but again, we want to equip you to make your best decision. So peppermint, wintergreen, and eucalyptus are 3 oils that we tell mamas, if you don't want to use it, there are plenty of other things. If you want to use it, more power to you. My youngest got these essential oils on her from 6 months on. So again, you're the mama, you're the dad, you have the power, make the decisions. But I'm just going to caution you, those have caused some issues in a small portion of children under the age of 3. So we have an entire line of Kid Sense oils. And that sniffle ease literally is for the sniffles. So any kind of congestion, both in their chest and their face, it is phenomenal for supporting that. Lavender, RC is one that does have eucalyptus in it. So if you are on the caution side, know that. Lemon is fantastic. It actually breaks down mucus. So if you apply that, to any of the areas that are having mucousy buildup, it will help your body start to break that down and really start clearing it out. Another one I don't have on there is called Raven. Love Raven so stinking much. That one's in our diffuser a ton right now to boost our immune system, but it's also really good for your sinuses. Kids with eyes. This time of year, gross things, it doesn't always happen in winter, right? But kids come home, one or two of their eyes are bright red, itchy, oozing, and not feeling so amazing. These 3 oils are phenomenal. So we never, ever, ever, ever put essential oils directly in your eye. So what you would do is you would put them around the bone or on their feet. It depends on the age. When my kids were really little, I did not put any oils on their face because they do what this little kid is in the picture. They rub their face and then they're going to rub those oils straight into their eye, and that's so not going to feel good. So do it if they know how to keep their hands off of their face. Otherwise, apply it to their feet. These will boost their immune system. Purification and lavender and actually Melrose are all really great to support that eye nasty that likes to happen. Okay, kids. Oh, my top line disappeared. This said kids with tummies. So whether it's they ate too much junk food at the birthday party or they are starting to catch one of these nasty viruses going around, these are some of our go-to for kids. Tummy Gies is the child version of Digize. You can use Digize on your children diluted if you so choose to. My youngest actually can't have Tummy Gies because she's allergic to some of the ingredients, so she gets Digize. But either way, these are things that drastically help the function of your digestive tract, whether it is having a hard time processing the food you just ate or it needs a little extra support from the history of your life and what you have done to it, like myself. Peppermint is amazing to drink, to put on topically. Same with lemon. It supports your tummy so stinking well. These are also really good to diffuse when you're kind of feeling all nauseous and icky. So when your kids have started to pick up something, they're like, "Ugh, Mom, I don't feel so good." You can throw these in the diffuser and it kind of calms down the senses, or just let them smell the bottles and kind of calm down that sensory system of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna puke. It works amazing. It works for car sick, all kinds of stuff like that that has to do with the tummy. Ear infections are a massive problem in children, and I'm not going to cover the reasons of why, but ear infections seem to be a huge problem in so many children. All of us have a place in our body where we are more susceptible to hold the virus and the bacteria. Most people know, like if I get sick, for me, it's going in my sinuses and my throat. I will lose my throat or my voice when I'm just barely not feeling okay. I could just be a little bit off and I will lose my voice. Some kids, it's their ear, some it's their chest. Everyone's a little bit different. But for those kids who are having those massive ear problems, these oils up, and I also like to add just straight ginger to that mix, are phenomenal. So thieves on the bottom of the feet, again, all of these diluted, and we do not put essential oils directly in our ear canal. So you put it on the little flap in the front and then along the ear bone in the back to support the ears. And you can also put it on their feet, again, for those VitaFlex points and to just overall boost their immune system to fight off whatever is trying to invade at the time. Purification is amazing. Peppermint is a little hot for some children, so be aware of that. Put it on their feet if they really do find benefit from it. Lavender is really great to put on a cotton ball and stick it in their ear if they will let you. The really little ones tend to take it right back out. And Emu Power and Panaway both have great ingredients that support the eardrums and the ear canal. So any of those can really help your child and start to know their symptoms. Most kids start to, they say my jaw hurts, or they get a little irritable and they're pulling on their ears. They do these little things to kind of tell us that there's something going on before it fully hits, and you can start treating it before it really takes effect and gets really bad, because for so many kids it is a horrible thing. They're in so much pain. So we want to try to stop it before it gets there. I'm not talking about that one tonight. kids with emotions. So we all have emotions, children, adults, animals alike. We're emotional beings. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning, this can have a really drastic effect on your immune system for two reasons. One, stress in your mind is directly related to your gut. So this connection between our brain and our gut can actually make your gut go off, and in turn makes your immune system shut down. But also being in this stress level of, we call it fight, flight, or freeze. You may have learned that in school, maybe not really remember. I didn't really remember until I started learning all of this stuff. But our adrenals are what control that. And when we are super stressed all of the time, especially if you have chronic stress, it creates adrenal fatigue. And your adrenals, when they are down, your body literally cannot heal. It cannot fight off anything it comes into contact with. So this goes for our children too. Start to boost their endocrine system on top of their emotions. For us, we use an essential oil called Endoflix. I just started putting it on my 8-year-old because she's starting to show the signs of emotional imbalance on a hormonal level. She's always had massive special issues because of her brain injury that we've used oils to calm down for. But now she's starting to show those, teenage kind of mood swings, which I know is endocrine system. So for a lot of kids, as they're growing, their hormones are developing. So sometimes they need a little endocrine support on top of an actual emotional support. So some great oils we love to use for emotions are Stress Away, Peace and Calming, any of the citrus blends. My girls love to put those in the diffuser because they just brighten things up. But sometimes we need something a little more powerful and a little more grounding. So we use things like frankincense. We have an oil called Harmony and Grounding, literally called Grounding, that are that extra pull that we need to really bring our brain back to focus and our emotions to a calming center. So again, we're not affecting our health, helping them to control. Lavender for a lot of kids, just straight up smelling that, like this little one in the picture. You just go wave lavender in front of their face and let them breathe it in, they'll just start to calm and relax. And there's some really cool videos out there where you just see a mom put it in front of their face and the baby just stops screaming, and you can see they start to calm down. Oils are amazing for your emotions. Whole other class if you want to learn deep into that. Again, I'm not covering all of this stuff tonight because I really want to focus on our immune system. So even when we do the things that we're saying tonight, sometimes we do catch the ick. We caught something last month, but we got over it like 5 times faster than most people because we were implementing all of these things. Our immune system was empowered and kicked up and supported so that it could do its job and fight off this virus. So is it hot in here? Obviously, you see what Mama's doing. I'm going to preface that we have become a culture where fevers are bad, and fevers are not bad. Super high fevers, like 103, 104, super high up there, yes, can affect your brain damage or give you brain damage and seizures. But a fever is your body doing its job. It is your body fighting off whatever is trying to invade. So when we suppress the fever, it is actually stopping the body from killing off those viruses and stopping that inflammation our body has when we do need to fight something off. When we are fighting something, our body inflames just a little bit. I just learned this today, actually. And it is needed. So when we're using anti-inflammatories to reduce the fever, it is kind of making the body not be able to fight as it should. So unless your kids are super uncomfortable and it's super high, we just let it ride. We support their body in different ways, making sure they stay comfortable. But purification, peppermint, and lemon are fantastic things if it is starting to get a little worrisome, or if it's getting too high, you need to go seek professional help. But if it's just getting to that point where they're, uncomfortable, they can't sleep, that's when we start really applying the oils to calm it down so they can stay at a comfortable level to actually get some rest. What we do is we put it on their feet. I put it on their chest if they're really, really bad shape, and then I put a warm wash rag over it, and it also goes down their spine. But the thing with oils is you've got to keep switching it up. You can't use the same oil, the same mix every single time for like a week straight, because viruses and bacteria are really smart. They will start to adapt to what you're putting on your body and your kid's body. So switch it up. Maybe this time I'm going to use purification, next time I'm going to use lemon. I usually have a couple different roller balls and a couple different jars made up for easy access. Just wipe it on them, let them go about what they're doing if they're well enough to get up and do something. A lot of children, okay, like I said about the ears, have that respiratory thing. Asthmatics, right? If they catch a cold, it's going straight to their lungs. There are some phenomenal oils out there that help support healthy lungs. They help oxygenate your body and really help you feel like your chest is just giving that opened up feeling, that if you've ever had that cough or that feeling of someone like sitting on your chest, it opens it up for you. One of the ones we already talked about is RC. It's fantastic for this. Peppermint, cypress, pine are all super fantastic. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. Super fantastic for lung support. You can put them on your chest. We love to make chest balms, little salves. You can just straight up put it in coconut oil if that's all you have, and rub it on the chest, back and front. Our lungs are, inside of our body, so we choose to do the front and the back so it absorbs on both sides into the lungs. And also the feet. The feet have those VitaFlex points. So I don't know about you, but my grandma was like obsessed with Vicks, which we will never use because it has gross ingredients. But she had the right idea. Put it on your feet, put socks on, and put you in bed. That was the thing. All growing up, Vicks will fix it. Just put it on your feet, put your socks on, go to bed. Same concept if you grew up in a household like ours. But use clean, healthy ingredients that are actually going to boost your immune system. Get those on the baby. It's the best way for little ones when they are not feeling so good and needing that respiratory support. Their feet is the best way, on top of diffusing. Diffusing is actually the fastest way to get essential oils into your body. So a lot of times if you are having that like coughing fit and that lung issue and you need support like right now, applying it to your chest is one way, but on top of that we do something called cupping, and I've taught my girls how to do this. They both know how. You just put oils in your hand and sit and breathe with it over your face, and it gets it directly into your body super fast and calms things down. Okay, so now we're going to talk about supplements. I have a fantastic email that if you're already on our team went out this week. Just check your email with a really nice downloadable graphic that tells you 6 steps that we are going to cover and essentials that we need to make sure that our immune support is there and on point. I have it for those who are not on our team. If you want it, just let me know. So immune support supplements. There are some key building blocks that our bodies need every single day for overall well-being and health, but massively for our immune system. So our immune system, again, sits in our gut. So one of the supplements I have on here is, it has a little dog on it. It's not a dog treat. I don't know why they put a dog on it because he's super cute. It's a probiotic. You really need to make sure your children are taking, and yourself are taking, a probiotic every single day, because our lifestyle, our environment, those toxins I was talking about, vaccine, preservatives, antibiotics, all of this stuff actually adjusts your gut flora. It is making your gut flora off, which means the bad bacteria is taking over and your immune system is suppressed. That is a huge part of why my youngest daughter is so immune compromised, because her gut is so compromised. So making sure that probiotic, and this one that I'm showing in here, if you have a different brand, awesome. But we, again, love to use Young Living because we know their ingredients are good and their absorbability is super, super high. Not all supplements are created equal. Please don't go buy them from Walmart and expect them to work like a good quality high brand will. But Mighty Pro is the kids version. Some adults take it. It also has a prebiotic, which is that inulin that our body needs to be able to fight and heal our gut. So get on that ASAP and make sure you are taking that. I talk about Omega Gies because Omega Gies has, and this is only for older kids because this one is a pill that has to be swallowed. But if you don't have a kid old enough to swallow it, make sure, I'm telling you this one because you need to have vitamin D. It is a massive part of our immune system, and we have to make sure we are getting it every single day. A lot of people in Colorado think because we spend so much time outside that we are getting the vitamin D that we need, when in reality, a huge portion of Coloradans are vitamin D deficient, even though we are getting that. We have a genetic mutation that we actually, half of us in our family have to take DNA together for our body to absorb it at all. So when we go into the sun, we don't get anything from it because we need that combination of those two for our body to take it in. So make sure and if you want exact doses on all of this, let me know and I will get you the info on that. I have a chart that I can send you, but make sure vitamin D is in there. Vitamin C is another one. Super C is the chewable tablets I'm talking about for what we choose to use. They're chewable. Some like them, some don't. They're kind of sour, but they're really good, easy way just to chew them, pop them in, and get your vitamin C support. Coronavirus is proven. It is what they are doing in China to kill off the virus. They are giving IV massive doses of vitamin C because it's been proven time and time again to kill viruses, and it's working really, really well on the coronavirus. So making sure our body is in high demand of that. Our body cannot make vitamin C or hold on to it. You have to supplement it every single day because our body doesn't store it. So it's something you have to eat every single day. And okay, some major building blocks are selenium, potassium, magnesium. I'm totally drawing a blank on the rest of them. It's basically the basic building blocks of a daily vitamin. These are vitamins our body needs to make sure they are in high support. Mighty Vites is what we choose for one of my children. She can have anything from Young Living. Sophia is allergic to a lot of stuff, the good fruits, so she can't have these. We choose to buy a mineral complex that she actually has to take every day for her body just to stay level and maintained. But they're giving her all of those minerals and vitamins that your body needs, that I was saying, to make sure that it stays level, stays fighting, and really ups it. So we actually do increase it when we know we've been exposed or when some extra nasty stuff is going around. Make sure you're getting ample amount of that. And we choose, again, there's two different ways. And for adults, there's other different supplements. You can take that mineral complex. Some of our household takes Master Formula, which is like every vitamin and mineral your body needs. There are many choices for adults. So there's, I can never pronounce the homeopathic version. There is something called Flu Immune is the homeopathic spray that we use. It's osteo something. I can never remember the full name of it. But look up Flu Immune and you'll know what I'm talking about. This is also one thing we always choose to have in our house, that we make sure we have in times of need when our body has been exposed to something. It's a little spray, so we put it in our mouth. All of us can take it. It's the same dosing actually for adults and children for that Flu Immune. I don't know about any other tablets. But for the one we specifically take, the sprays are the same. We also make sure we have colloidal silver in our house, whether you make it yourself or you buy a really, really good version. It is really important to make sure you have a good quality colloidal silver, because all the people that are turning blue, if you've seen them, are because they are taking too much of a bad version and it is stocking up into their body. I believe our colloidal silver is made by Designs for Health, I think is the company. I think we take so many supplements. But colloidal silver is amazing. That is something you cannot take every day. You just need to take when you need it, because again, it's silver, it's a metal. It's something you don't want to have in your body every day, but it is fantastic. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is nutrition. So we have to make sure we are getting nutrition, nutrient food into our children's body. We have to supplement some because a lot of kids are picky, but the food today is not what it used to be. It has been so genetically modified that the vitamins and minerals, and most of it are like 40% of what they were 30 years ago. So we would have to eat 3 times as much to get the same vitamins and minerals our grandparents did out of food. So we have a lot of times have to supplement. There's lots of like mighty green or green greens, right? We need that. So need that. That helps pull those toxins out of your gut and kind of flush it out of your colon. Super gross sounding, but you need to eat your leafy greens. But making sure we really regulate our sugar, natural sugar or refined sugar. You shouldn't be eating refined sugar at all, but it's addictive. And trust me, I know the struggle very, very well. But when we are really trying to up our immune system, sugar actually shuts down your immune system. They've proven a can of Coke can shut down your immune system for like 4 hours just by drinking that pop. So think as you're drinking that and you're out running around, your immune system is not up and fighting as you're being exposed to all of this stuff. So making sure the sugar intake for your children, and this for some, a lot of is too many processed carbs. All the breads and the pastas get processed the same way into our body. So making sure that these things are well maintained in good balance, but eating lots and lots of fruits and vegetables is really important for our immune system. I have up on the blog, I have a soup that we make that I call our immune booster because it has all of, the chicken broth and the turmeric and garlic and onion and all these things that actually help improve our health. Elderberry is also something we take for immunity every day, but actually today I've now heard from 2 sources that elderberry is not doing anything to actually kill the coronavirus. It will boost your immune system to help your body kill it, but it's not being effective in actually killing the virus. So be mindful of that. Like if you do contract it, go with the vitamin C, right? Get some professional help if you need it. Most people catching coronavirus are just having a common cold. The immune compromised are the ones who are having the issues. But make sure you are having that well-balanced diet because it's really going to help boost your immune system every day. Make sure you're drinking a good amount of water. Our body does not function without water. And sadly, a lot of Americans are dehydrated because they choose to drink a whole bunch of other stuff besides water. So make sure you are chugging on that water. We put oils in our water to give us an even better immune boost. And it tastes good. I love tasty water, bubbly water. Those are my favorite. So if I can just throw essential oils in, this is what I carry around all day long. In a water bottle. I'm always equipped with water, but it always has oils in it and delicious stuff because it's good for our body and it makes it taste good. Okay, but I just covered the basic building blocks of your immune system. These are things that you guys need to start implementing now. If you're not already doing them, or if you're already doing some of them, awesome. Make sure you're getting that full scope of everything your body needs. And make sure your kids are getting it, even if they don't want to. There are some days my daughter, who has to take all the supplements, wants to fight about it. But I'm mom, so you're going to drink this because I know it's good for you. and eventually you'll catch on. So even if they don't want to, really encourage them. And I just have the conversation with Sophia. I'm like, baby, you need to have this to keep your body strong, to make sure you stay well. And then she's like, okay, yeah, I know. So she'll drink it. There's lots of ways to hide this stuff too. Put it in a smoothie, put it in their food, put it in their applesauce, whatever way you need to do to get it into their little bodies. But pretty much all of the kids line from Young Living taste awesome. So kids really never put up a fight to take it because they put yummy essential oils and wolfberries and things in them to make them taste delicious. But make sure you are doing this stuff. For those of you who are joining in who are not part of Young Living yet, there are a couple, my husband only eats the chewables, and I have to buy Issa. Oddly enough, my 8-year-old will only intake the Super C that is a pill because she refuses to chew the pill, even though it tastes really good. I don't know, to each their own. But we have a couple different starter kits that can help you start to get these supplements at a really, really good price. When you buy a starter kit, you get 24% off of the 650 different products that Young Living offers that are going to improve your health and benefit your family and make your home healthy and clean. The essential oil one is the one that's in the picture right now. It has, I think we talked about all of them but one. Valor is in the kit, and I didn't talk about that yet, but Valor is another one for that calming effect that a lot of us need, kind of ground us, but also gives you courage. That's what I use it for. Kids love it to go to sleep though. It's really fantastic to calm them down. But this is great to get started because you get a diffuser on top of it. You get, I believe it's like 400 and some, like 20 something dollars worth of product for only 160. And then you get that 24% off of everything else. And if you sign up this month, if you're watching this on a replay recently, you get an extra bottle of Valor and a bottle of our amazing hand body lotion for free, just for ordering. So if you want to get started and you're not in our world yet and don't have access to these amazing supplements and oils that we use every day to make sure that our immune systems are up and that my immune compromised daughter is staying at a balanced level, I would love to help y'all. I will put the sign up link in the comments of where I go post this, and I will also put it in the event page if that's how you are watching this, so you can go sign up. But if you have any questions, feel free to PM me and ask me, because these products are literally everything that's in our house. We have a lot of supplements that are not from Young Living, and we have a lot that are, only because my daughter's allergic to a lot of them. This is the best way to make sure your family is on point. And then you get us. You get more classes from me, and you get an amazing community of people that are going to give us more ideas on how to take care of our kids when certain things arise, and how to really empower our family to detox the home and make sure we are doing everything we possibly can inside of our house for our well-being. And because Essential Rewards, as we start to order, Young Living actually pays you to use their product. What other company pays you to buy soap and cleaner and lotions and the same stuff you buy every single day? Young Living does. I'm not sure why it's kind of fuzzy, but it looks a little fuzzy on my end. It might be my internet. But they pay you different percentage based on how long you've been on the program. 10% the first 3 months, 20% the first 2 years after those 3 months. And then after 2 years, you make 25% back of every dollar you spend. So every month we buy our entire house from Young Living, our supplements, our oils, our Ningxia Red. Oh, I didn't cover Ningxia Red tonight. Ningxia Red is something you have to make sure you are getting into your body. 1, it heals your gut. 2, it gives antioxidant galore to your body that our body needs to make sure it is fighting off free radicals and nasty stuff we're exposed to. Boost your immune system. It's a superfood, and it tastes amazing. You actually get 2 samples in that starter kit I was talking about. But Young Living's Essential Rewards program is the best way to start stocking up your house with abundance of things in case anything does happen, right? In case we do go into quarantine. I have an arsenal of things stocked up in my pantry, in my house, in my oils rack, in my overflow cabinet where I keep all our extra product, that I know our family is going to have what we need to make sure we can make it through anything, including the zombie apocalypse. Just joking, not happening. Not the kind of virus that's going on. I'm joking because my pastor and I were joking about this earlier. It's super fun. But Essential Rewards is the best way to get started replacing all of that stuff in your home, making sure it's healthy and clean, and getting all of these supplements that we're taking every month at a greater discount, because again, you're getting that 24% off when you are in the wholesale side, and then when you're on Essential Rewards, you get that percent back and you get freebies every single month. They change the promotions they give us. It's on a tiered level. That's how you get that free Valor this year, because it's at the 100 level, which your essential or your starter kit gets you. And then there's always 190, 250, and 300 mark. That 300 one is amazing. That's usually where we hit every month, depending on our budget. But when you order $300 worth of product, you usually get somewhere between $200 and $250 of free product sent to your house on top of earning that money back. So it's really a no-brainer. You want to save money, make your family healthy. Let's do this. Just PM me, especially if you're watching the replay. I will follow up with you and answer any questions that you may have. But that is it for tonight. Do not live in fear is how I'm going to close this. We have the capability to take care of our families. We have a God who is mighty and amazing. Just stay focused on you and your family. Do not stress and do not let fear take. Because I said that stress is going to make that virus come into your body, because your body will not be up and strong and ready to fight it off. So that is all I have for y'all tonight. I love you all. Thank you for joining, and I can't wait to continue to walk this amazing journey of motherhood alongside y'all. So we will talk to y'all later. Bye.